You, bro. I'll get your ass.
Yo, everybody, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of the APF podcast, episode 157. It is I, the most phenomenal man that has shocked the system, aka the coach.
It's your boy going forward. Hope you guys have had a good last couple of weeks. We've been out of here, outside out of mind. But we're back at it again. Football season's about really close. Basketball season's up close. So, we're getting ready out here. So let's get right into the topics.
I know a lot of these teams' tickets are very cheap.
Or for the NBA.
No, not I mean yeah, NBA and the NFL. Like the Colts game is against the Texans. Tickets are like $7 because
Yeah, because nobody wants to watch the Texans get flipped, get like
I
fucked.
mean
Like that's what's gonna happen.
really no one wants to watch either team. That's
That's
why.
true. Also, I mean, they're not the most interesting teams. I mean, it's probably $7 for like the obviously like the up really high seats. Them seats that make you bleed your nose.
I'm it's really because no one wants to go.
Yeah, like you're right. Nobody wants to go. I'm just saying like the reason why some of those seats are like those got to be like the really high seats. Like the bleacher seats. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
it's actually low. There's also actually some low seats that are like going for probably like a little bit less.
Is
That
this
actually
game
look
in
like more.
Houston?
Yes, in Houston.
Oh, that's why it's so low.
That's
Nobody wants to watch the Texans here in Texas. Nobody wants to watch the Texans in Houston. They're like it's just another year where we're gonna lose like 10 plus games and nobody's willing to pay that money. So I can see why it's really low here. Now if that was in Indianapolis, like I think it would be a lot more expensive because of the team. But yeah, here in Houston, like you're right, outside of them playing Patrick Mahomes or like a top quarterback. Nobody wants to watch these teams, man. Like nobody does.
So the PS5 has had like a price increase in like
Mm-hmm.
other states, other countries
Countries, yeah,
other than the U.S.
yeah, they have not increased in the U.S. yet, or
Why why are they doing that?
inflation. That's really the number one reason. Like that, clearly the cost to make a PlayStation 5 for these other countries, I guess, has gone up. And PlayStation 5s are pretty much selling out anytime to get made here in the United States. So I think they're not really interested in increasing the price here, really that much. But overseas, probably they're kind of like, increasing the price for them. I guess the inflation in other places are really really, really high. Now, at least from what I'm seeing. But shit, I'm out here looking at I see some ad for a $717 disc video game console or some shit.
Yeah, and I know Target was selling theirs at one point for like 550.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm reading this. I mean it's interesting. So but it's interesting. I mean, I don't know why they're increasing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't.
I don't know either. They're making stupid money, but they're even going to make some more money because of inflation. So
Yeah, like the inflation, as you know, eats your money. That's why like gas is like the ultimate example of it. Like 3 weeks ago, to fill up a gas tank of your car at like 380, 370 plus or $3.70, was insane. Right now, it's like down to like $30. Like it's much cheaper now to fill up your gas tank. Like I don't have to pay $40 anymore. I can pay like $30. Sometimes I only pay under 30 because I didn't know this, but if you fill up your gas tank full enough, the thing won't take any more of your money. It'll stop. So I didn't know that because
yeah, that's
it's
what I
never happened to
noticed
me.
when
But
I filled up my tank like 2 weeks ago. I filled up
yeah,
to like $50 and it just stopped. So I was wondering. I was like, did I run out of cash? Like, what the fuck?
yeah.
But
And
it
you
just
find out when you look at your gas tank, it's like full. So you're like, oh, so they actually stopped your car
so they
because
must have some type of sensor down there.
yeah. in their thing because I've only one time I've ever filled up the car past the full, like actually past the full, one time, um, where I actually filled it past the full, and it showed me like the car was so slow, but maybe part of the reason why Sony is increasing their price is that Sony, as big of a company as they are, is still under Microsoft by about $100 billion. So that's probably part of the reason why they're probably doing it, in my opinion. But not Nintendo says they're not doing it. Xbox is not doing it because Xbox. Let's be honest, Xbox
Xbox
is not
can do
really.
it. They are not worthy enough to do that.
It's true, as well as Microsoft as a company doesn't really make much money from Xbox like Sony does from PlayStation. Like the only two things that are profitable for Sony are their movies and PlayStation. So they're going to try and do whatever they can to continue to keep it profitable. So I also part of the reason why. They did say that the increase they did over the globally would be about $50 here. So a console, a 399 digital would be around four was about 430 something, 439.99 probably.
Yeah.
Um, and then obviously the disc one was going to be like $500, right? So that's the big difference. I just think I get it. It's inflation. Like over, like you don't even know. Like inflation in some of these other countries is insane. The actual percentage. So I can see why they increased it to try and offset those prices, offset the inflation to get the same amount of money they were getting before when inflation was lower. So that's probably the reason why inflation has dropped somewhat here. So they don't. I don't think they see it as a big issue, but you know, um, it's kind of hard to explain why. Like, is it just those places inflations are really high? Why isn't Xbox doing it? Why isn't Nintendo not doing it? Why are they doing it per se? So it's
Mm.
crazy.
I think I've
I'm
seen
sorry. Microsoft is $2 trillion. Sony's only $100 billion. Jesus.
and they
So
still
that's
struggle.
why, like, that's crazy. Like, Sony's $100 billion, but Microsoft is $2 trillion. So that's also another reason why. Microsoft is $1 trillion company. So they probably are going to be able to lose money on hardware while Sony can't do that. Like they're a very small company, even though in the gaming sphere they're clearly the top dollar. They are a very small company in the bigger wide of things. So that's probably why they increased it as well.
So I'm seeing something about X Xbox and Nintendo reacting to the price increase for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So let me see. They kind of making it hard. They kind of making it hard to figure out what the hell they're saying.
Well, what I think I read, like Nintendo earlier in the year said they're not increasing their prices overseas, and Xbox, I just don't think. I think Microsoft, well, really Microsoft, I just think doesn't really care because Microsoft doesn't make as a lot of money from Xbox anyway, so I don't think they really care that much.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about. It said, but Nintendo has previously said that it has no plans to raise Switch prices, and now when asked for its response to Sony's move, Microsoft was pretty unequivocal about what was happening with the Xbox. So
Yeah, they were like,
they're keeping Xbox is keeping their prices the same because they don't know what to do, obviously.
I thought
So
maybe the reason why they're keeping their prices is just like they're a really gigantic company, like they just don't need to do it. Like there's a like I wonder if Microsoft is worth more than Sony too. Like I wouldn't be. It's not a surprise if Sony's the least worth of the companies. So they actually have to
yeah.
increase the pricing. Like it is a there is a big step difference between $1 trillion company and a $1 billion company. $100 billion, I can, and most of that comes from PlayStation. I can see why they needed to do it because that would really hurt their overall business. Outside of movies, that's all they have. Their phones suck, their laptops suck, their cameras are the only other thing, but those lose money too. So there's only two things that Sony is profitable in when you follow them. and PlayStation is one of them. So they're going to go out there and do what they need to do to keep it, you know, pretty profitable.
Yeah, and Sony can't afford to take losses, but
No,
Xbox they can afford to take losses because, as you said, 100 billion versus 2 trillion. So
yeah,
y'all tell me who can take a loss and who can't, even though one side is having more of a successful next gen console than the other.
yep,
So,
yep. I mean, they're having way more success. They're selling like crazy, but in the big picture, they're still a low they're a low fish in the big pond, and Microsoft is one of the biggest fishes in that pond, and so they can take months of getting hit, uh, not increasing their prices, while Sony, they try to keep their price, but in the Middle East and London and all these other countries, like they just like, yeah, we're gonna increase it, and that's probably gonna hurt their sales overseas because I just think they're gonna have a hard time trying to like get people to buy that shit, really. But is what it is, I guess.
so I want to bring up the post Vince McMahon era. The man's been around for like I think he's been around for so long. I think his dad obviously gave him the company. Been around, did it for like what 35 years. Been running the company, made some iconic moments, and now he was getting to that point over these last couple of years where NXT stars are now in AEW. Some of the guys in the main roster that came from NXT are gone. Like majority of the OGs that were in the new NXT are gone, and I was a fan of the new generation NXT before 2.0. They had a good thing going on, and now it's still good. They bounce back a little bit with the new guys that they have down there now, but I'm glad I'm glad he's gone because he was killing. He was just killing everything. His whole mindset, his whole especially the main roster. NXT is one thing. NXT can be fixed, but the main roster was just dying. I mean, Karrion Cross was just dying on there. Keith Lee was dying on there. Who else? Cesar has been dying for years, and he was still just pushing through, pushing through, pushing through.
Yeah,
So
until he
now,
decides to leave.
yeah, until he decided to leave, and now he's a world champion now.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Within like
not
a couple of weeks of him being in AEW, so you can tell how much he's valued in another place of work versus the place that he started in. Well, he started in like what Ring of Honor before. He faced like Brian Danielson and then Tyler Black, those guys before he came to WWE. But the point is, he's being treated better. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee, AEW Tag Team Champions. They're doing fantastic. These are things that AEW is doing better than they're actually treating their wrestlers how they're supposed to be booked. WWE it's kind of set. They kind of have a plan to see how long you're going to connect with everybody, how long they enjoy you being in that spotlight, whether it's with the title or not, and then they're just going to burn you to the ground and then throw you aside. Now Triple H, he's cleaning shit up now. He's cleaning everything up, and now he's trying to make some big title changes coming in the coming months because we've seen Roman dominate for like 2 years now, and it's like I said before. How and You can answer this question. How long do you think this is going to last? Do you think it's going to last like another year, another two,
I really
maybe
hope
even
not.
three?
No, this thing needs to last. Way. I mean, I think he needs to lose pretty soon. I just don't think it's going to be interesting to watch a guy like lead it for like 4 years or something. Like I think this year he needs to lose it. It's time to move on. I really believe in Triple H eventually doing that. Like Roman Reigns, he's been the champion for a long time. He's beaten everybody. I.
literally
It's
beating
like
everybody.
he's like an anime character who all he does is like win, no matter like he always win, he's always win, doesn't matter. Like I just really hope like he loses because we need some new guys, like need some new blood. Like we just need new people. These guys have been the main people for damn near almost 3 years is going to be, um, and there's like almost no end in
It's
sight.
gonna be 2 years on next Friday.
Yeah, well, to me, the way they've been dominating it feels a lot longer, right? Like a
Yeah.
lot longer. And I'm just thinking, you know, what else? Like who? What? Like what else could you really do with him? Like what else could you really do that he hasn't done already? Like there's so many other great wrestlers out there, and that's why I thought with Triple H coming in, if we had the Keith Lee, if we had Cesaro, like maybe they would have gotten championship opportunities. You know, being the guy. Like Sark could have gone like a championship match and a real awesome match. Like maybe you lose, but really awesome match where it showcases all his moves and everything. Keith Lee, the same thing. They were all cool, but Vince McMahon had this like type of wrestler he wanted, and he never kind of moved away from that. That's why Finn Balor was kind of thrown to the side, and all these other guys. So I think with I would like him to lose to McIntyre at
Drew,
Clash of
yeah,
the Castle,
yeah,
but he
yeah.
probably
That's what I'm going for too. I hope he loses there because he's done everything. He's early beaten like I would say he's probably beaten like if you don't count the rematches, he's probably beaten like at least 15 to 20 guys in 2 years.
yeah, dude. I mean,
For
man, how many dudes can you beat? Like you beat these guys all the time.
he's faced Brock Lesnar like three in that reign. He's faced him like 3 times. He's faced Kevin Owens like 4 times. Finn Balor he faced him twice. Cesaro, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt.
And one of those
Uh,
matches were was a bunch of nonsense because he literally like lost like so quick.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember there was a match where he like hurt it. They say, "Oh, he hurt his leg or whatever." I was like, "Okay,
yeah.
thanks."
He hurt his legs. Just said finish me. So he just said pull the plug. And then he faced Jay Uso, Daniel Bryan, Edge. So and Rey Mysterio. So he's faced a lot of people, and those people have all fell to the head of the table. So hopefully we can get some hope. I mean, look, this might be crazy, but what if you have the NXT UK champion and the NXT champion face the Universal and the undisputed WWE Universal champion in a winner take all match? They get all the titles.
Yeah, that would be
You
cool.
know,
My
you know
only other
that.
thing is, are they ever going to remove those titles from each other?
Yeah, that is a question I've been having for like the last 130 days since he won that title. Are they going
Yeah, I
to?
mean they've kept them titles together a lot longer than I thought they would.
Yeah, they kept them since WrestleMania 38, and that was like in April. That
Yeah,
was like 4 months ago. So I also want to know: are they going to keep it together, or are they going to find some way to like, he somebody goes out on injury, so that okay, back to giving people 2 opportunities to win these titles. It
yeah,
because me, I like it. It's cool, You get two. You have both of the titles. You're the guy that you're the only guy that has to be beaten. Like there's no other way. Like Universal title, WWE title, two opportunities. No, it's one opportunity. But I want to see more people have a chance to become world champion because now the opportunity to become champion is not easy. It's not often. You got to earn it. You got to show that you earn it. So I feel that Roman being champion for this long, and now somebody else needs to be at the top. And
yeah.
I feel that either it could be McIntyre or Karrion Cross, who can be the next two guys. Because, like I said before, if it wasn't Sheamus, if it wasn't Cesaro, if it wasn't Edge, if it wasn't even Brock, then it has to be Drew. If it's not Drew, then Karrion Cross is the only other guy that has shown any kind of interest in wanting to be the top guy. Because Karrion Cross deserves to be the top guy anyway. I mean, he went from being like the baddest dude in NXT to being looked at as a joke in the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
His whole main roster stint was weird. Like he had like matches with Jeff Hardy. It was like it was supposed to be a 10-minute match and then turned into a 1-minute match, and then the Keith Lee matches they were all right, but they kind of did both of them dirty. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm happy that Vince is gone, and I believe in Triple H's era. Shit, even Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I mean, I just think a lot of people are going to get better opportunities to be to have reigns and get good storylines. Like I'm just hoping a lot of storylines are a lot better. That's one thing that AEW does well is they give guys like decent storylines and time to make the storylines good compared to WWE, which I thought have used the same boring, vanilla, childish storylines for like 10 years. Like right after CM Punk's like whole awesome storyline, the rest of them have been pretty, god awful. So
Yeah,
that's
they're
just what I'm
pretty
hoping
mid.
for.
Yeah, yeah, that one was like the best one I remember. I can't remember any other one that was actually like good because all of them were like literally the same.
Yeah.
Like you can tell where these stories were going a little bit. Other that CM Punk story, it felt like it was real. It felt he made it feel like it was. I can be wrong, but then we also write that he also had like some personal input when he was on the stage after costing John Cena a match against R-Truth. He made that feel so real because he was going to go away from the WB on July 17th.
Hmm.
Something that his contract expired. He made that moment feel so real that people were invested. People were like, "Oh my god, is he going to win the WWE Championship and leave the company and just take the title forever and have like even the biggest heist of the century, more bigger than Seth Rollins?" And he actually did. They capitalized that he beat Cena. They did, and now he came and he got convinced to come back like a couple weeks later because he wanted to make a change, and he made a change by coming back and go on his dominant run that he did. So I also hope that I don't know what's going on with NXT UK because after the whole reason that these unification matches are happening at Worlds Collide next week is because they're doing a whole restructure in Europe. So instead of NXT UK, they're going to call it NXT Europe or something along the lines of that
Hmm.
to bring in more of the United Kingdom like European like wrestlers from all those areas and put them under one roof. So they're doing that unification stuff so that way those titles can be broadcasted, so those titles can be like seen. Because after I think after this upcoming Thursday, Wednesday, the last NXT UK show is gonna happen or something like that. They still have tapings because as you see, Tyler Bate had the title, so they already did the taping a long time ago. So those ones they're behind. And
Okay.
I was a little bit confused. I was like, how the hell does he have the title, but they haven't shown the episodes because they filmed them like ahead of time. So there you go. So hopefully that's a success, and I'm interested to see where that one goes. And so let's talk about the KSI boxing event. You
Yeah,
know,
man. He won both fights.
No surprise. No
The
surprise.
second guy, the second guy was an actual boxer, but he really sucks. I think that's what people were saying. Like they're making fun of that second dude, man. They were like, "Yeah, you're fucking shit, dude."
Bro,
Like,
yeah, nobody cared about Swarms. I mean, Swarms he got knocked out, but nobody cared because they care more about the professional boxer. Like, okay,
yeah,
KSI is facing a professional boxer, and he's
yeah,
like
but
2-6 now.
that pressure boxer was really bad though. Like, a lot of people were like shitting on that professional. They were
You
like, "Wow, he really sucks."
I heard that when JJ was throwing his punches, he would be moving, he would be ducking a certain weird way.
You know,
So I mean, I didn't
it's
see the fight, but I have to see the fight so I can see what was going on. But everybody was just doodling on him.
because
Nobody
he
liked.
he didn't look like he knew what the fuck he was doing. He out there like damn near, wide eye. You're a professional boxer. I mean, whew, it's crazy.
I
Um,
mean,
but Andrew Tate, taught he goes on his little ranks, say "F you, KSI," you're a fake guy, you were
mm-hmm.
praising me, and then when I got banned, you're like good riddance. So he said he wants to fight. KSI said he wants to fight. KSI, I don't blame him. Like, hey man, he may be a kickboxer, but that's a whole different thing than being a boxer. Like, no cap, no legs. Like, I really would love this fight to happen. Like Andrew Tate, glad you get, come on, come here, get these hands. He wants Jake Paul. And Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul should go up in there and be like, if you want to, I'll fight you in the UK if you want. O2 Arena, whatever the box, and
Oh yeah,
give me a chance.
they're gonna box next year for sure. They're going to.
Yeah, I got nothing against Jake Paul, but I still think Jake Paul is gonna beat KSI. I just think KSI, man, is gonna be a little bit too much for him. Like a little bit too much. That's my
Mm,
belief, anyways.
mm, I mean, yeah, but then again, I mean, we look at who JJ's fought and who Jake has fought. Jake was on the face
Oh,
of a pro boxer before KSI, and because he didn't make the weight cut, he dropped the fight and trying to make
yeah,
Hakeem Rockman Jr. look like look like the joke. But in reality, yes, he didn't make the cut. But what is the problem?
yeah. Like he didn't give him enough time or something. He said,
And yeah, he can't. I mean, he can't even make the weight. But I mean, what that ain't stopping you. You say you the baddest. You say you the best. Why not go through? He was
mm-hmm.
he was doing all this talking about being the best, about basically saying I'm number one. And when it comes time for the weight, he didn't make the cut. And Hakeem Rockman Jr. was like, okay, fine. I mean, he don't want to fight me, then fine, that's all good. He did. He was even going to go on KSI's show for free and box him there, or box somebody else. But that fell through. So I say JJ he's gonna beat Jake because he wants it. He wants it more than Jake. I gotta say he wants it more.
That's the only fight, man, that people
That's
gonna want. Like that's the only fight. Like all these other fights, like cool and all, but that fight, when that fight happens, like it's gonna be insane. That's the fight right there. No
it's
other
gonna
fight in
get
this world matters.
it's gonna get more buys than Logan than the fights
Logan
him and
KSI.
Logan had combined.
Yeah. Hey, Fuji got beat down by Deji. Get happy
Oh
for
yeah,
Deji.
I'm happy for that one,
You
man.
know,
Deji finally got a W.
Man, Fuji got
Fu-
fucked. He got
You know,
KO'd.
Fuzi got so fit for nothing. You know
Hey, I mean, good for him to get fit,
How
man.
Slim be talking about Temper was 6'4" for nothing. Fuzi got shredded for nothing. Got Deji made his team throw in the towel. That's how bad it was.
Well, maybe he can protect himself too. These
Yeah,
niggas.
because Slim was beating down on his nose a long time ago. So he was like, "Oh man, we got to throw in the towel." And I seen the aftermath, bro. His eye is swollen.
Well, he looks like he can protect himself either.
Yeah, because Deji was like, It looked like Deji was hitting him in the face, and he knocked his ass out.
Well, yeah, well, he wasn't protecting his face. Shit, he probably hasn't been. I mean, it just happened for Deji. He got his first win. I do wonder if he's going to keep going, if he's going to keep
Oh
boxing.
no, he's gonna he
Face
wants Bryce
Sensei,
Hall.
Face Sensei, huh?
Oh my god, that one he got.
Hey,
Everybody
yeah,
said
they
he got
say that
screwed.
boy got robbed. He got robbed. He beat that. He probably beat that dude and got robbed. So we'll see what happens if they fight
It's the
again.
same thing that happened with when Taylor Holt. Everybody said the official results were Taylor Holder that beat Gibb, but Gibb put the beating on Taylor Holder. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
reversed that decision when those two fought. I was like, come
My
on, bro.
thing is like how bad of like scores are you that you have to reverse your decision like later on. Like you should know like this dude's getting wailed on and
Yeah.
he should lose. Like I guess Face Sensei was wailing on this dude and they gave that guy the win and everybody's like what? So hopefully they do change it. Um, I would love to see the buys for this KSI fight because we always knew like there was only one real fight. It was the pro box guy, and that was trash. Like we all knew Swarms was gonna get like a concussion, and that's what he got. Yeah, doo doo. And they made a song too that he whooped he doo doo him upside the head. Damn.
Yeah. They just made a whole song because it was like okay, let me just collab with this guy. That was it.
Yeah, and then he collabed with his fist. Collabed with his big ass fist. Collabed with him too. Pop pop.
I hope Swarms he deleted his socials because he got knocked out. So
Yeah, you should delete his social. Yeah, you're going to.
yeah,
You don't want to get
that's
all
what he
that
said.
hate.
He said along the lines of, "If you knock me out, then I'll delete all my socials."
And he knocked him out, so his socials are gone.
Hopefully, because you can't be talking all that big and then just say, "Oh, I'm not gonna," and then now you get knocked out. Then what? You're not gonna delete your socials? Like, come on now.
Have you heard about the teacher, the really thick teacher that all the parent that I guess female parents really are trying to get fired because she wears nice clothing?
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's a big story. Even Fat Joe got in it where he said, why are they trying to let fire this woman? And I agree. Like she's teaching like 5 and 6 year olds, and I know for damn sure it's not dudes trying to get her fired because no guy is gonna be like, yeah, let me get her fired. This 5 or 6 year old uh, teacher, this teacher is teaching little kids. Let me fire her because she looks too good. No, it's older women who are married who are like, I don't want that. I don't want to go to parent teacher conferences and have my husband oogling over this overly thick woman. Okay, like I get the truth. She may have tried to say like, oh, women are really supporting me. That's fine, but we also know that those women are also calling for you. Okay, now do I think she should lose her job or get fired because she looks hot, looks really good? No, she's not. She's not teaching 16-plus-year-old kids, right? Like 13 to like 19-year-old students, especially males. She's not teaching them. She's teaching 5 and 6 year olds who all they do, even younger, who sleep, drink juice, like do some coloring, and have fun at school with their classmates. They're not worried about how thick she looks, for dang sure. So I think that is kind of the wrong place to go. I understand if you want to go after like teachers who wear these tight kind of things and like teach like high school kids. Like I can get that one because look, it's just a fact of life. You put a very fit woman with nice curves as your teacher during from ninth, eighth, even maybe seventh to 12th grade, it's
Yeah,
gonna be hard for these kids to want to learn, bro. All they're gonna be thinking is with their cocks because they're gonna be hard from looking at this teacher for 45 minutes. No cap, they're in their puberty. They're not gonna be thinking about the work. They're gonna be thinking about how good she looks in them clothing. So that I can see. But for kids, no way. Those kids don't even think about that stuff. Only one thing about that stuff is older women who wish they had that body. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, we've all had our moments where we have where we get in the classroom, we see this fine teacher, and then you know we get focus on them instead of focus on tasking him, which is our class.
Yeah,
So
I've only had one, and that was in Miller Intermediate. Only one, only one. You know,
yeah, I think I've had one of my own also, and I
yeah, you
think
know.
I think it was in
Oh, Sneeko.
I think it was in middle school. Yeah, it was in middle school.
Oh, you know the Sneeko, right?
Um, I would say yes, but I don't think I do.
He's a fucking weirdo.
What he on?
He's one of
What
those
he
red
do?
pill dudes, but he's like really stupid. He's a really stupid red pill dude. You know, like he's like the dumbest guy I've ever seen in my life. He barks like a dog. Like he's just so weird.
Oh, you're not talking about I Show Speed.
No, not I show speed. He's an idiot too, but like he lights shit on fire in his mom's house and like a dumbass. And the only reason
Uh,
she deals with this shit is because he's rich, or she would probably like kick him out or some shit. And what happened to I show speed? He's still streaming, right?
yeah, he's not dead. I mean,
Yeah, he's still.
it may sound like the stupid shit he do get him killed, but no, he's not dead. It's just I thought you was talking about him.
No, no, he seems to be. He seems to be. Wait, the Civic Type R. He seems to be. Yeah, I mean, it's okay for the show speed, but this Sneaker guy is an idiot. I've watched a lot of his videos. I just don't think he's that smart, and people shouldn't follow him at all. Um, but with show speed, he's kind of in that. He was a Twitch, and then he said some like crazy stuff on Twitch, got him banned, got perma banned, which is why he's on here. And remember he's more probably most famous for that whole like lighting fireworks in his house like an idiot. Like I don't know why you would do that, but okay. He lighted them on fire like a dumbass. Um like I can't believe he did that. Like he really had to do that to his mom, man. Like light them things on in her house.
In his room with a bunch of like cloth or like basically
He
flammable objects.
he's like he didn't light them rest of them things too. He kept lit that entire house on fire real quick.
Shit,
He's lucky.
he gonna buy her $1 million house with doing
I
that
mean,
stupid
yeah.
shit.
You're going to. For damn, boy, he's got the money. He can do that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, if he also got the money. I don't know why he's still. I understand it, but he should really think about getting his own place if he's gonna do some
He
stupid
can't.
shit.
I don't think he can get. I don't think he's legally able to get his own place. He's
That's,
too young to actually legally get his own place, or I think he would have.
I really think he shouldn't even do that right now anyway because he still has a lot to learn.
Yeah, he really
Because that
should.
yeah, because that man is out of pocket, just going crazy.
Yeah, he is out here looking crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's out here just being a straight menace to society.
yeah, like these guys really are menace to society. Like you got like High who took like he took the E Day thing from who did start the E Day thing? It was Aiden Ross who did the E Day thing, then he took
Yeah,
the E Day thing, and now he's lighting shit on fire too. He was hanging out with like Mizkif, and Mizkif may come out there to Florida. I think no, they're not Florida, they're in Los Angeles. Come out to Los Angeles, like hang out with them dudes, do some really dumb shit too. Um, it's crazy out here. But have you ever, I've heard about this Civic Type R, which is obviously like their like this souped up version of a Civic. And I'm like, that looks kind of interesting. A
I
Civic.
think that might be a front wheel drive car.
Yeah, that is a front wheel drive car. It's all like so it's a good drift car, right? Because basically the back tires have no power to them. Like those tires are like really really easy. Like like it's I've never seen a front wheel drive car have that thing, but it's probably good. It's good on the track. I just don't know how it's gonna be good on like a road. I guess. I mean, especially if it rains. Like that's what you like. Any car is good when it's dry and not raining, right? Like, what happens when this car rains? That would be the problem.
That car might look like a Charger on skates.
Hmm. Like,
Because
that's why I always said about
Chargers,
just.
they're straight up like rear wheel drive, bro. You hit the gas, and you start drifting in the back a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, rear wheel drive cars are not good for 0 to 60 starts because the tires basically they spin, like they tire spin. You're moving, you're going left and right. I've watched people launch control rear wheel drive cars, and they're just going left and right, and you got to hold this thing so you don't fucking go everywhere. Um, well, rear wheel drive cars are cool though. They're cool. I mean, they're cool though. They're good. If you live in a place where it doesn't rain often, I mean, it's a good livable car too. I just wonder, a front wheel drive car, like, how would that 0 to 60 be?
Yeah,
Like,
I've never seen any 0 to 60 front wheel drive car related to like, drive anywhere at all.
yeah, like, clearly this is like a track car, obviously. Um,
Both cars are
body,
track cars.
I see if the Type R is a track car for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
and the Charger can be a track car.
yeah, the Charge is an all link is an all everything car though. That's the one thing it is. It's like the all in everything car, you know.
Yeah, which is why
Very-
everybody gets one and
Yeah,
very customizes them.
yeah, it's very customizable. You know, you can do drag, you can do drag races with it if you want to go there. You can do the track. You can do all this. You can drive it around normally. Um, But some certain cars, like Porsche's GT3 and 4 cars, like, those are really track cars. They're not really good. Like, oh, if you're driving that car here, you would hate it because everything's a bump in this part of the
Oh
city.
yeah, yep,
Everything's a
yep.
bump, man. Like, if you were to drive through Alvin, you'd be like, man, this is a whole different experience driving because there's no bumps. And I get it, it's new. Like, I get it completely. Like, it's new, like Missouri City, Sugarland, like, no bumps. It is perfect. It is such good driving. But holy shit! And once we get where we live and going out, like, it is bumpy road. Like, all the roads suck. All the roads suck, man. Just so I would hate to buy like an expensive car and like drive around here because you know it's gonna suck.
Yeah, and if you go all the way to TSU, bro, that's going to be the worst experience of your life if you don't drive like a regular car, if you don't drive like a truck that can handle
Yeah.
bumps.
The reason why I like the Turbo S because the Turbo S has got really good suspension, so it's really good to drive uh, on the road. That's why I think that car is so good. It's my favorite car. I would love the GT4, GT3, but they're just so bumpy. I know Solar Pop has got a GT3. I know that. Um, but man, those cars are really hard on your back. Like, really hard on the back.
That's why they're more primarily like a racing type build.
Yeah, they're made for racing. Like, we watch videos. They are spec for racing. They are. That you can just drive them, obviously, but they are spec to be racing cars. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Oh, my phone. I mean, gaming
I
stuff.
will say this. I will say this to give a little bit of insight of my job, bruh. Some that place is like in shambles in the sense of terrible communicating. Uh, and today, so I was going to get the lunches. They had the lunch ready. They already had it on the car, everything. So all I had to do was like get the drinks. So I was telling this one person from agency, go get this patient because he's blind. Get him up, have him go to the restroom, and after he goes to the restroom, take him to his seat and lunch, and we good. Guess what she told me?
No.
There you go. She had the audacity to tell me no because yes, I know I am primarily responsible for the men. That's fine. I get that, but help me out. You do not know all these rooms. You do not know how to get the lunches. You don't know how to get the drinks, get the get the size, get the soup if there's soup needed. All of that. I'm gonna get the food. You go take 134, and I was telling her, so you're not gonna help me out? So you're telling me no? Um, I was like, I was like, okay, bet. So I just walked past her. I'm like, I'm not dealing with you then. Don't ask me no questions. Don't talk to me, nothing. Because to me, that's disrespectful. That's unacceptable. And the fact that you stood there and told me no after I'm trying to ask you for help, nah, I'm like, we good. Don't even worry about the lunches. You can go sit your lazy ass over there and do you, because I'm not having it. And good, it's a good thing that my one of my bosses said she's not coming back. Talk to her supervisor, and she's gonna get a little bit in trouble for doing something stupid. Like you can't tell me no and then give me the reason because I'm responsible for the men. Motherfucker, one of my coworkers left early, didn't even let me know. So you can see why I said what I said so I can get some help. Because you're not sitting there, you're just doing nothing, reading some stupid ass magazine, looking bored. These I'll say is these agency people are a mess. Some of them. She was the worst one today. So I'm glad she's not coming back.
Yep.
And my coworker, I mean, she cool, but she ain't like. How would you do you think it's appropriate for your coworker to tell you that she's leaving early?
No. To what, leaving early from work? I mean,
Yes,
there's a reason. There's got to be a reason, but like,
bro.
really, really should.
I'm telling you right now. She didn't look like she looked like she didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Well, she's got it's her job. If she wants to get, the problem is like there's such an abundance for those positions. Like she can do that shit and get another job. Like that's why they do those type of things.
She's the lead in my department.
Yeah, she
So
obviously got
she's
tired of whatever was going
so it's
on.
like
She's
it
like,
makes sense why she can leave early. And for me, it's just like I would at least like to know that you left early. You know,
man, yep.
it's kind of that's kind of. And when I asked about it, she and my boss told me that oh, she's gonna tell me to leave early and not you. I'm like, why not? I mean, I was over there running upstairs, literally went downstairs, didn't see her, didn't went the break room, didn't see her, and went upstairs on both sides of the second floor, didn't see her. So I was like, okay, nice. Don't let me know you left. So when I do when I do the same shit, I don't want to hear nothing because you ain't letting me know, and I will do that. So is that that's crazy. This is 3 months ago.
It's all right in the presser, wasn't it? You got some good lines for there, son.
No, no, I can see knowledge was absolutely terrifying. And Swansea did his thing.
This is really here for seconds out. Nico Milana. Nico, we're here obviously for Kenny's second fight now. This is a bigger show. O2 sold out.
He's good. Kenny stood right here. But yeah, no, it's going to be sick, man. Kenny's been working hard. He's been training hard.
My thing's working now.
Watch.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's it. And tomorrow there's gonna be like 4 of us there, so that should be fun.
Okay. I mean, that's the perils of the medical field, especially in, um, assisted living and nursing homes. Like you're always kind of losing people left and right to all kinds of different things. But
And me, yeah. I mean, she looked like she didn't want to be there, so I'm like, you know what, it's all good. So,
probably didn't want to be there. It's true.
yeah, I mean, yeah, she left like at 10:30 something, like before like lunch started. That's how long she was gone.
Huh.
So I'm like, I was like left in the dark without knowing anything. So when I do the same thing, don't come to me. Don't
Well,
ask me nothing.
no, as long as you do your job, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I did the trash early. I'm gonna do all my shit early, get everybody situated, and then dip. Cause fuck this shit. You ain't gonna. She didn't even do her own trash pick of nothing. I did my own shit. So
Mhm.
so yeah. So with that being said, is there any more anything else we need to talk about or anything?
The only thing that we has to be known is, Ludwig got swatted today.
Oh
Um,
damn, he did.
yeah, he's another symptom of the swatting. He probably from now on will make sure to let them know to please, not come or just watch out for very weird stuff, very weird things like somebody is some like I have like 5 people hostage with like an M14 or some shit. Like that's all he needs to like tell these guys so that they don't come like barreling his house one day like they did today with like crazy ass guns because that's what happened. And these people who go out here and you know who go out here and swat these streamers, you're really putting their lives on the line. Like really, like you're there putting their lives at risk
At risk of being unnecessary just for a
unless
laugh.
just for a laugh or whatever. And it's really, really, disturbing. And it's happened to a lot of people. Well, who's a big streamer got swatted? Like some other big streamer on Twitch got swatted. Like
You know, I
Aldi,
think I think it happened to Aiden before.
Agent got swatted. Yeah, like all these dudes are getting swatted because you got some fucking weirdos who are out here trying to swat people. And it is disturbing. Like, no, you shouldn't be swatting anybody, man. Like, don't swat them. Like, you're not helping anybody out. You're putting people's lives at risk for what? For some giggles?
Like
Like,
they just felt like, oh, I'm just having low get swatted today. Have a good laugh. Like they think that's okay.
mm-hmm, they do. And one of these days, somebody's actually gonna get killed. Like, you just see, there's the SWAT unit for the LAPD coming in with guns drawn. Like, you would think, like, I get it, but you gotta, if you're a big streamer, man, like call the local police department, call the LAPD, and give them your information, everything, and so they can, know that hey, this is a streamer. He's a really big, popular guy. He may be a target for swatting. I'm surprised probably Miskiff, who's may have been swatted before. I don't know, but he's probably told like, yeah, guys, like be careful. Like, I
Bro,
may
he looked like he got swatted before, or should have got swatted.
Oh yeah, that's all you hope for. Just hope.
Yeah,
Hope you don't get swatted.
because I don't think that's funny at all.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's very dangerous. I mean, it leads to somebody getting killed. very quickly. But yeah, I mean that's it, man. We ain't got nothing else to talk about.
No, we don't. And with that being said, this has been another episode of the APF podcast, episode 157. It is I, the most phenomenal man that shocked the system, aka the coach, signing out.
And it's your boy going for. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. We're gonna continue to pump these babies out. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that arrow down below for all those links and links to all our different social media pages and to help support us. But we'll be back next week. Football season should be back by then. So, we may have a game talk about. We may pick some of those games, early games. But yeah, that's it for us.
And make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're new, you know what to do. And we are out of here.
Later.